David Reiner here with Geek Inside Media, and who am I with?
Hi, I'm Jesse McGibney from Alien Trap.
And what are we looking at here today?
So this is our game Apotheon. It's a 2D platformer action RPG set in ancient Greece. And as you can see, it's using a ancient Greek pottery style. It's got a lot of open world kind of exploration and combat. Lots of swords and spears and bows and killing gods, stealing their powers, trying to save the world, that kind of stuff.
So what did you do for the game?
I did all the art, and my friend here did all the programming.
Looking at, like, I hadn't heard of the game before coming in here at PAX East, and I can't help but just every time I'd walk by, it's like, oh, I have to play Apotheon. It looks so cool.
Good to hear.
And how did you come up with deciding to use that pottery style of art?
Well, a lot of it was because I've never really seen this kind of game before done with the pottery style. I've seen a couple other games, but none of them have been a platformer. And the game actually started out as more of a sci-fi open world game, if you can believe it. And then I started adding kind of Greek gods, and eventually we're like, why don't we just go the whole way, art style and everything. And it ended up working out really well because the art style translates incredibly well to a platformer. It's all 2D already. Basically all I had to do was make it move. So,
were there any challenges in taking something it's been around for centuries and making it work in a video game?
Yeah, of course. I had to do a lot of kind of concessions. Greek pottery really doesn't have a lot of environments in it. It's mostly character-based, so I had to kind of make up to the best of my ability all of the level art and everything like that. And same with the colors. It gets very monochromatic because it's just red and black a lot of the time. So we kind of spice it up with some other color palettes and things like that. But I think we managed to keep it true to the original aesthetic.
What's your favorite bit of art in the game?
My favorite bit of art is all the penises. Because
are there a lot of dicks?
Greeks do love their nudity. So again, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna go the whole way. So yeah.
Heard it here first, folks. There's a game here with a lot of dicks. What platforms are you guys looking at?
So currently we're just focusing on PC. We're looking for release sometime before Christmas on Steam. And then after that, we're looking at that stuff after. We're trying to get the game done first, and then we'll see what other options are.
Now, 2D action platformers are awesome, but what makes Apotheon so different besides the art?
Well, our combat system is, I think, fairly unique for the kind of game it is. It's not a standard kind of button masher brawler or combo beat 'em up. Our combat system actually takes a lot of influences from a lot of the first-person slashers, so things like Mountain Blade or Chivalry or things like that. So the combat system is actually pretty deep. It involves a lot of timing, positioning, and kind of watching your opponent and making sure you're on the right end of the sword when it comes to your turn to hit. So I think the combat itself is what sets it apart from other side-scrollers.
Besides the visual style.
Yes, besides the visual style.
Thank you. Like, the game looks incredible, so we got way too long till it comes out, but I am definitely excited, so thank you very much.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Take it easy.
How much research did you do on Greek gods before or Greek artwork?
Quite a lot. That was a big part of the game, was coming up with the art style, and again, trying to make it work for the game, because all the concessions we had to make in terms of the environment and the color style and stuff like that. I really had to kind of learn what I could change and what I couldn't change.
As far as historical stuff goes, like weaponry, anything like that, or just kind of playing it by ear for artistic style?
Most of the weapons and armor and things like that, I'm trying to keep fairly authentic. I'm not redesigning a lot of things. It's not God of War. No one's going to be giant, 50-foot tall, covered in spikes, unless they're supposed to be that way in the myth.
Who's your favorite Greek god? Let's start easy. Who's your favorite Greek god in-game?
God in-game? I think I like Ares. He gives up a pretty good fight.
All right, now real life.
Now real life. I think Dionysus, because the wine. Wine to party.
Because wine. There you go. How influenced by Disney's Hercules were you?
Not very, but it was definitely a nice place to start, because there's not a lot of this kind of stuff in popular culture right now. Like, Hercules is kind of it in terms of...
You're absolutely right.
And a little far off base, but, I can put him in game.
Now, would you call this your main art style, or is this specifically stylized for the game?
This was specifically done for this game. Our previous game, Capsized, is much closer to the kind of art that I usually do. That was much more painterly and, frankly, kind of a pain in the ass to make game art for, which was another reason we went with this style, because I can crank out art assets really, really quick because they're very simple.
Well, it looks beautiful. It looks like the side of a Greek vase, so it's spot on. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
There, take this, you crap addict.